you just had 40 minutes, 20 minutes to shake it off, take it easy, an active, potentially provoking dialogue that in our path is necessary to awaken what prevents the transmission of the dharma and our evolution as a whole, the vibhava evolution. Vibhava is evolution, it's just a word. The wisdom that follows, the experience that follows into your experimentation with SHA, martial arts, the emotions submit themselves to the will of wisdom. Okay, so the way we do it easy is emotion, ring finger, and experience, major finger go in, and they touch each other inside. The tips touch if it's comfortable to do so, and the pinky, the index, and the thumb are extended. Okay. Just for the martial artists and for those who know about the mudra, where we decide to be so strict with ourselves in our discipline that the emotions would feed our power. So the emotion finger, the ring, touches the base of the index. So our emotions will drive our power. However, it will be submitted to the hold and the direction of our wisdom, our experience. Okay. So when you say put your guts into it, put your emotion into it, but stay focused on virtue, that's what it does. Okay? But it becomes uncomfortable. And seriously, the way we do it today, I would prefer, for specifically just for this application, to do the transformational approach, the transformation, where your emotion and your wisdom are well inside, introspective. While your index pushes the power, your thumb is grounding, and your mind is looking outside. Pinky outside, mind is looking outside. You're paying attention to the world, the form, okay? So this is how we're going to do it. Just fingers normal inside, relax. The introspective feeling of dharma and emotion is really important for this one, because it's a personal growth aspect we want, and not how to dominate our power so much on how to influence others. That's not the point. We want to go inside, conscious of the dynamic of our interactions with form. Deep breath, everyone. A parenthesis that I'd like to share is that I also have the regrets of my methods. It happens that I do what I certainly believe is the best. And I see that someone freaks out of an email I sent, or a phone call I did, or a decision I took in the management. And there are people who are unhappy with it. And I do regret, sometimes, rarely, my methods. But it happens. Because what I see after a year is how great these people are. Because they faced their own thing. Because they did their work on themselves. But until that is resolved, what I see is that I, as a human, have provoked someone to go into trial. I didn't beat them up. I didn't steal. I didn't lie. I just said stuff that put them in a troubling situation. That just, provoke, just talk to you. Awaken memories, whatever I did. That was already going to be a karma. You were already going to go through a phase like that. I see, let's say I see you're going to go through a very discomfortable, shameful situation soon. And because you go through a hard situation with someone, that other person is not compassionate. That other person is not enlightened, doesn't want to be happy in life, just wants to perform, make more money, have sex, whatever. Okay? And you're going to live this situation with someone who doesn't handle themselves, it's going to be worse. So what do I do? Okay, I'm going to provoke it. You need that lesson, but that lesson doesn't need the other person. I go in, and I tell you something, and bam, I'm now the one that you're interacting with, disappointed with, angry with, not getting the attention. Sometimes it's as long as you, just someone who comes to bless their Maha, no, don't come to me for that. Just arrogantly push and make the wave of the hand like this to make sure that she feels this is all the rejection you're going to have in 3 weeks. Just live it now. And you're going to live with me, who's going to still be able to guide you in the experience that you're having, instead of the other person who's going to give you a year of hell because you needed that lesson. Do you understand? So I do have my regrets for my various interactions, and it's kind of subtle interactions. I mean, I'm not even involved in their life per se. I'm just the guy teaching. But you live them as intense as if it would have been there, because I put my power there. All that dharma and karma, you live it, and it comes to your life now. Come to me for that. And then, bam, it happens. I do have feelings. It won't change my decisions. Because I remember the accumulated results over years of people finally being out of depression, finally stopping to suicide, finally wanting to be with people in a couple, finally wanting to find peace in their trial. The results are awesome. This is why all of you are here. I don't know, 40-something people find a way to book 9 days in a row. To hear me say that, that's probably because they understand the results. You know, the immediate dharma is fun, but then there's the dynamics of it.
I think I have heard stop to have people finding in stop to have people to find a couple.
I don't really understand. Parle français.
J'ai entendu que tu avais dit arrêter d'avoir des gens, arrêter de se mettre avec des gens pour être en couple.
What the hell is that? Having a couple relationship is absolutely fabulous. So I don't understand your question, and I don't see how it relates to what I'm talking about now.
I have heard that.
You've heard that. Well, I speak English, and you understand from a French guy point of view. Yeah, possible. I think I was clear on that. What I think I said that you could have misunderstood is you don't need to find someone who is evolving to have a relationship. When you have a relationship, it doesn't need to be someone in this group here, or someone, because we don't want to make a web of tight, close community who doesn't talk to people. I mean, if you find someone here, it's none of my business, it's probably fun. Why not? Involving with someone who does, okay. But I've seen some of these relationships fail dramatically because they were always integrating. Yeah. Some of them work very good, actually, and some of them fail. It depends on your attitude. Are you really looking for bugs in your partner, okay, or are you just enjoying them? With older, everything works fine. There's no more couple, but the relationship is awesome. Figure it out, okay? Whatever happens. But in this topic that you're addressing is it is not required for whoever you are with to be on the same path. Okay? And if I said something at one point, because I was talking of if sometimes I say stuff that offends you, and if I said something that could offend you in that term, well, 100% of the things that I say that offends you is you having the problem, because I'm just talking. So if you imagine that I said something right or wrong, I mean, you're a free being. I think the first conference was good enough to give a basis for everything else in the seminar. We're good? Thanks. Good. Now this parenthesis is over. Yes, you have time to go to the bathroom. Close the camera. Are you good? Deep breath. After you've swallowed, by the way, because swallowing and breathing is incompatible. Duality, word of the dualism. The mantra of Rin. Suki, shift the page and bring us the mantra of SHA. The mantra of Rin. Om Vajra Swaha. The mantra of SHA. Om Haya Vajra Swaha. So it's the same mantra with Haya in it. Ride. Ride or use the delivery system. A little bit like that, it's really like that, right? We want to accelerate in the course and not resist it. Okay. Whoever doesn't have their 9 page of kuji-in, or unless you remember by heart, Any advanced student want to share their paper? Who needs their 9 pages of kuji-in? Who doesn't have it? Raise your hand. You have it in your head? You have it by heart? We're good? You're sure? Anyone who, because it could be useful to have these 9 pages. Good, thank you. Thank you for writing it. Om Haya Vajra Manataya Swaha. So, Manataya, revelation. Okay? So how it flows in the mind, how it gets there or goes through it. Okay? So Manataya is similar to the concept of stuff that is revealed. It just happens there in your mind. Vajra, this seizing light, this clarity moment that is compatible with the revelation. Vajra is also a form of revelation when, I just get it. So as Vajra Manataya is revealing the truth in your mind by just accepting simple facts. I'm talking Rin now, okay? Now we're going to ride it. Haya means ride, or use it as a vehicle. The same way that the great Vishnu uses the god Garuda as a bird to come down into the earth. Our soul uses like the holy horse totem inside us, okay? And we, okay? So that the formless is riding the form. When you practice the formless a lot, you have a lot of practice in the formless, and you can have the feeling that you're driving your body. Once you realize you're not your identity, you have the feeling that you're just operating the puppet that is alive. Actually, that too is a feeling of separation. You should have the feeling of being the body also, because while you have it, it is you. There's no separation. You just imagine it. But it's progress. When you go from feeling that you are only a body, then you go from feeling the formlessness and the unidentified, I'm a soul, and then you progress to, I'm a soul, I'm using my body like a puppeteer. There's a step where you as a formlessness and you in the form is the same thing. Well, it's actually a unified experience, I would say, to make it easy to understand. Okay? So that there's no separation of my body is not me, and I am separated from my ego. No, you are your ego, even from the soul to the flesh. All of it. Okay? One instance, one thing. It's not 9 steps of kuji-in. It's one single stream of consciousness, uninterrupted in its evolution, and we have labeled where it makes sense, like the colors of a rainbow. Okay? So, breathe the idea of the formlessness. And you ride those revelations through the manifested world. Acknowledging what is there, swaha. What you experience of there. Okay, your local personal experience of there-ness. Just simple, pure objectivity. So in the practice of the mantra with the mudra, finish taking all the notes you need. Take your notes. Don't do the mudra just because I do it. But you do it when you're ready, okay? When you're thirsty, you drink, it's okay. Oh, when we do the poll, it's pretty hard to time the speed of everyone because everyone has a different speed. Also, some of you have not seen the first classes. So it's a few recitations of mantras when we pull from up. And there's a few recitations of mantras when we push outwards. Okay? Your speed. So from Om Haya Vajra Manataya Swaha, Om Haya Vajra Manataya Swaha, over 7 to 9. I mean, don't really count, but, you know, and if you're too curious, you can open your eyes, see where other people are, or where I am in my rhythm. And it's completely correct. Okay, how is Ma doing it? Let's just do it this time, like that. And if you feel like following your speed, you follow your speed, okay? It's not really dramatic. The idea is that you get the point that over a few recitations, you will have slowly expressed yourself out. So you're not, when you, in this case, in terms of SHA, okay? Rin, Kyo, So, SHA. So the SHA is the out, is the ride, where the formless decides to invest form. That's what we're doing there. And in this case, you've already felt the formlessness affect your body, and your body were gaining the benefits for some of you. Now it is part of the intention. The formless invests It doesn't invade because it collaborates willingly, so it's not an invasion. It invests the form. It fills it, it pervades it, without being limited. Okay? So when a horseman rides a horse, he's not limited by the horse, but given privilege by the horse to go faster with least effort. Limited by a horse in the sense he cannot go fly upwards, it's not a plane. So the limits of the horse is the rigidity or the mass of the matter for us. It's the limits of what flesh can provide. But you're not limited by your flesh. This is a hard teaching of SHA. You are not limited by your flesh, you are given a privilege to use it. Yeah, reason for which we're speaking of the shame of sexuality and the management of money. This idea where you grow hatred and regret regarding desires and resources. You are not limited in a world filled with these conflicts regarding sex and money. You are offered a world with possibilities of emancipation. So this is like a mantra of emancipation. The revelation, Vajra Manataya, happens through your involvement, through your engagement into this world. Okay? So as this is one of the kuji-in where if you don't do personal growth, you're going to hurt yourself. Where in the past they used to say if you're not guided by a master, you could develop mental problems. Actually, it's just a question of delivering the wisdom. If you start to realize you really have a lot of reactions of anger and self-hatred, you need to do more personal growth, more seriously, more responsible and mature. Okay? Because with the practice of the formlessness, intentionally invading, investing, embracing the form, to rejoice of the emancipation, whatever you regret or hate yourself about emancipating yourself in life will pop in your face and you'll be tempted to project it to someone. This is the teaching I dread in all of the kuji-in. Each time I teach SHA, someone starts to hate me because I was talking when they had their reaction. Okay, it just... It happens less often. A woman or a man is looking at me and they just feel the bliss of great love, but they're looking at me when it happens, and then they fall in love. This girl once told me, "Maha, I don't even like you. Why am I so fucking in love with you?" No, you're in love with you, and you were looking at me while I was teaching. So you just made an animal association. Stop that. I'm not available. Come on. It's like, it's just, you know. She was going to go through a heartbreak with anyone around her at one point soon, and she picked me, the most inaccessible thing. So, I mean, it happened. But most of the time it's the hatred part. I prefer people having a heartbreak towards me than having hatred. That's not true. In a way, I'm happy when people are stuck in their hatred, and I don't want people to go through heartbreaks, because I don't like that. You know, it's not something pleasant. But it happens. It's just, I teach you about great love, and bam, it just seizes you. Your animal tries to connect the dots, and it can't. It's paradoxal. It's self-contained. If you always experience hate and love towards someone else, actually it's always towards you, and then you share with others. Sharing hatred, sharing love. It's fun. The hatred part, by the way. The formlessness, self-contained, invested in the desire to emancipate through form, through the revealed objective reality. Okay? That's the dharma we contemplate. At any time you have an integration to do during this practice, por favor, integralo. Right? And if I translate, it means, s'il vous plaît, intégrez-le. I just don't know how to say it in Hebrew, so I'll let it go. Oh, Maha, what is it in Hebrew? I don't know, look, Google, whatever. trying to do humor, that one almost fell. I'm afraid of teaching this. Concentrate. Relax. Contemplate. When I relax, when I do it firmly, the two fingers inside are touching tips, but just for the time of the, well, not with pressure, just, you know, they're in contact, held with my wrist down like that. But once I'm done doing like this, and I always got this thumb streaming so strongly in my chin, mouth area, and the index just pulls my third eye up. My energy just goes wild. I relax it just like this, and it goes like that direction, okay? At one point, I'll just release it and let it rest here. But when it rests, what I do is my wrist will open, and the fingers will go and, you know, just accompany the palms, if you want, okay? They'll do that. Not by effort, just because I'm resting in it, it'll go where it goes. But instead of having the fingers just loose, I'd rather keep a small, gentle contact with the palms. But if I'm like this with wrist open, it's too hard to keep the, you know, in a practice, your tendons are going to be sore after 50 minutes. You don't want to hurt yourself. So the goal is you do it firmly with dots connected inside. And at one point we'll do the projecting. When you're projecting, you're not taking your energy and pushing it outside. This is a mistake. This is how the ego tries to remove the experience. What you're doing is you're feeling that it is flowing through you, participating with the outside, but it's still in. It's a constant flow, okay? Of all the soul is so immense, and it naturally accepts to go into this form, this world form. And when you go out, the world of form includes your body, so your body will also be invested, although physically you seem to go out like that. It's, I'm investing in this world of form. And then your body and the world, and all your swaloka, every link will be, of course, affected, which then will encourage you new personal growth, but also liberate you from everything that doesn't really concern you. We good? Om Haya Vajramanataya Swaha. Slower. Om Haya Vajramanataya Swaha. 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 Breathe. You renew the dharma of the formlessness, of the unidentified. Remember this. If you need to prank your mind again, you do it. What form did I have before birth? What form would I have after death? I am formless. Now I'm alive, I'm still formless. If your ego tries to keep its form, it doesn't matter. You know that you are formless. That you are an unidentified, non-individualized being. You have a locality as well, you experience it, embrace it, but you're not your name, and you're not your preference of food, you're not your function in life. You're a free soul, made of divine resources, formless and complete. You embrace the manifested world. And even if there seems to be a resistance, a friction, an intellectual conflict, the inability to understand, the confusion of the mind, doesn't matter. I am the formless because I feel it. And my human flesh has a form because I feel it. My emotions have a certain form because I feel it. It's not really a form, but a state, a presence somewhere. I am formless. I am form. As a being, you are the formless, and you embrace form, feeling that in this experience it is also what you are. Accept the paradox and stop trying to understand or classify it. Simply accept it. I am the formless. I invest my form. I take it, I embrace it. And I embrace the form of the world. The things I use, the people I talk to, the relationship, the possession, and even the identity. I accept it. I remain formless, emancipating in this world of form. This is what requires a bit more concentration because you have two concepts at the same time. I am formless. I have form. I am formless as what I am. I have form as what I experience to have. And all of this is a single soul experience, unified. One day you'll realize it's unified. Until then, it's okay to keep the two concepts. Formless, embracing form. And you can feel that your body, through that contemplation, wants to soak in your soul, to eat it like a sponge would take all the water it can. Once accomplished, once you reach Buddha state, so it's before Avatar, your soul is so big that only 10% can fit in your body. So your body is completely soaked with your soul formlessness while it has form. And you concentrate on the two things: formless, emancipated in the form, embracing the world, the body, the things, the land, the air you breathe, the blood in your vein, the light on your skin from the sun or from the lamps. Embracing society, embracing the flowing of resources, financial, alimentary, entertaining resources, the embracing of desires. I am the formless. I experience desire in the form. I am the formless. I experience sexuality in the form. I embrace the world. I emancipate myself. I desire profoundly to find compassion so I can emancipate myself in the most beneficial way for all beings involved. The formless emancipated in the form. The two concepts are compatible. And now we recite again in a contemplative way. Om Haya Vajra Swaha. Om Haya Vajra Swaha. Om Haya Vajra Swaha. Om Haya Vajra Swaha. Put an accent on that Haya, just to make it feel that you're really embracing and riding the form from the formless state of being. Om Haya Vajra Swaha. Om Haya Vajra Swaha. Just a soft accent. Om Haya Vajra Swaha. Formless. Om Haya Vajra Swaha. Embracing form. Om Haya Vajra Swaha. And now to your rhythm. Om Haya Vajra Haya Vajra Swaha. Om Haya Vajra Swaha. Om Haya Vajra Swaha. And the feeling of your body filled with the consciousness that usually happened at the end of the practice before, now it's starting right away because it's part of the contemplation. So if you feel immediately soaked with your consciousness, it's normal. For that reason, it will fill your body and flow it through the world. Do not resist the flowing. Do not push and exaggerate the flowing. Contemplate it and it will happen at its rhythm. No control. And because it will intensely bring the formless and the form in a joint experience, there will be Kundalini reactions, and I will teach about this Kundalini afterwards, this afternoon probably. Okay? Just keep doing the practice and accept the energy that derives. Om Haya Vajra Manataya Swaha. Integrate what rises and quickly go back to the practice. Om Haya Vajra Manataya Swaha. 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 Through every breath, finish that mantra and go to normal breath. I'm going to teach something. Just breathe normally, deep but no forced. Just deep and never force it. Through every breath, the formless makes love to the form. Bring in the romance of the soul invested in its body, emancipating itself through its incarnate experience. And it's not sexual per se, but it is a romantic engagement inside. It's how we can bring poetry in the action, in the event of breathing. With every breath, your soul is making love to the body. The practice of the formless and the form, intimate together through the breath and through the state of mind, is one of the things that will help you alleviate difficulties related to desires. It is self-contained sexuality. It is your intimacy that you feel only on your own, without the requirement of someone else. It is self-contained. And don't worry, your desires won't disappear. They simply won't be as dramatic. They will be more pleasant. In the practice, with every breath, the formless is intimate with the form. Breathe. And there is love, and there is joy, and it becomes bliss on its own when it is ready. Om Haya Vajramanataya Swaha. Om Haya Vajra Manataya 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 Swaha. Only for this practice, I'd like you to give an accent to the Haya. It's the merging of formless and the form. Usually when we recite the mantra, we say it even and equal. For this practice, put an accent on the writing part, the involving part of the formless with the form. Flesh is a revelation as much as the formless. Om Haya Vajra Manataya Swaha. Self-contained experience. The paradoxal merging. Om Haya Vajra Manataya Swaha. 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 Integrate what you have to integrate. Don't repress it. Cry it if you want. Laugh it if you want. And then you go back to the technique. Good, you're doing well. You know the rules. As long as you don't disturb others, allow yourself to live your emotions. It's good. It is rich. Make it simple. Om Haya Vajra Manataya Swaha. You're intimate inside, embracing your own relationship with yourself at every level, every plane, accepting every plane as one unified experience. And the paradox is only because your mind cannot fit it in the logic, but you feel it, you live it, so it's true. Om Haya Vajra Manataya Swaha. The formless. Embracing the form with every breath, every mantra recited, every heartbeat. The formless, emancipating the form. Om Haya Vajra Manataya Swaha. Om Haya Vajra Manataya Swaha. Om Haya Vajra Manataya Swaha. Deep breath. Another deep breath, slower. Get ready for the investing gesture. The mudra is tightened, so the base of your palms are touching. The mudra is about as your solar plexus, slightly lower if it's more comfortable. And over 7 to 9 recitation, you will be streaming through nature. You're not pushing your energy out of you. You are streaming through nature. Om Haya Vajramanataya Swaha. 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 And you rest the mudra and take time to observe the effect in your body, your energy plane, your feelings, your mind, your soul. Just observe how it felt, the intensifying of the streaming of the formless through flesh and form, and through the world. Om Haya Vajramanataya Swaha. Om Haya Vajramanataya Swaha. Get ready for the last. We usually do 3 of those. The last investing mudra, the gesture. Okay? At solar plexus, Just feel all that self-containment, all this involving of the flesh intimate with the formless, and the formless with the form. Om Haya Vajramanataya Swaha. 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 And breathe. And softly let go of the mudra. Exhaustive yet soft observation of the result. That was a nice 50-minute practice. Very satisfying practice. The nourishing of the self-contained, of the personal involvement of you and you. A single instance of the truth, soul, formless, the form, one experience, unified, temporary yet complete as it is. The formless does not try to control the form, that's an ego thing. The formless embraces the form. The graces of the mass, the graces of density. It's beautiful. It's part of what we do in this world. And when there is trial, take responsibility, deal with it. As you perceive it as a trial, you deal like if it was a trial. When you perceive an experience of growth, you deal with an experience of growth. If you see it as a moment in hell, then you accept that's how you call it. You accept this is how you experience the reality, and you deal with it as a moment in hell. But you deal with it responsibly. No denial of what you experience. Just embrace it, find tools if you don't know them, and apply them. And then the magnificent graces of the self-contained come. Haya Vajramanataya. Personally involved into the revelation through these objective personal experiences. That was a little Buddha level secret. Why was it kept secret? Not because we're better than you. No. It was never taught that way simply because I never got to this point where you could understand the Dharma. Imagine all the preparation it takes just to understand the words I use. When I say an emotion, what do I really mean? When I say emotion, it's not what you think is emotion until you went through the integration course. Right? When I say masculine ego, if I say control, it's not what you think. Before you learn, what do I mean by control? What do I mean by bliss? Because words depend on your experience of it. So we just needed some time, some patience to get to this point where you were ready to understand the words at the level that I mean them, participate to all the play things you did with your mind to finally feel formless. Now imagine if I could just say, hey, feel formless right now. You just, give me your $2 check so I can do a little paper, okay? Open this little Chinese cookie, feel the formless now. The hell is that, There's Dharma I cannot deliver through immediate explanation. It takes revelation, it takes time. And I'm not delivering it. I'm playing with your human so that you would participate in seeking the states of being that I'm trying to inspire. You're doing the work, you get it, and then bam, you get the experiences you just got now. Pretty awesome. Huh? All right. See you at 3:30. Video.